Welcome to an informative and enlightening program, Situation Report, on Live TV. Situation Report brings you 30 minutes contemporary events about Monrovia, Liberia. My name is Yekezi Zobe presenting this edition of the program. And tip-top stories reported on this edition of the program say Liberian President George Weah promises to embark on a comprehensive road and highway construction program that will link all county capitals in the country. The exchange rate on the Liberian market drastically drops to as low as 100 LD to $1 as President Weah delivers his first State of the Nation address yesterday. And Internews conducts a one-day workshop in financial reporting and how to respond to delays in implementation for its local partners. We bring you these stories plus so much more. But first, we'll take a break to be back. Pleasant welcome back to the program. And straight into our stories, Liberian President George Weah has promised to embark upon a comprehensive road and highway construction program that will link all county capitals in the country. According to the president, the project is his immediate strategy for reducing poverty, increasing youth empowerment through job creation and training, and improving economic productivity. The president added that the intention of his government is to prioritize the planning and raising of funding for this important development goal, which has been estimated to cost about $3 billion. President Weah made these remarks on Monday during the delivery of his first State of the Nation address.
Comprehensive road and highway construction program that will link all counties capital with all weather state primary roads. They will be built to the highest international standard. And linked to build secondary farm to market roads that will enhance agriculture, trade, and tourism in Liberia. It's a medium-term project. It will take several years to complete. But it is the intention of my government to prioritize the planning and raising of funding for this important development goal, which has been estimated to cost approximately $3 billion United States dollars.
President Weah also in his nation address promised to introduce new legislation and policies that will minimize some of the country's economic hardship.
To achieve sustainable economic growth, develop and expand agriculture, and address our very large infrastructure deficit with particular emphasis on road construction and the provision of affordable and adequate electricity for all our people.
Liberian President George Weah. Meanwhile, as President George Weah was delivering the State of the Nation address yesterday, the exchange rate on the black market dropped from 134 to as low as 100 LD to $1. But the Central Bank of Liberia, CBL, rate according to its website is 128 LD to $1. Monrovia County District Number 16 Representative says he will work with his colleagues to pass laws that will create an enabling environment and facilitate trade. Representative Dixon Sibo made the statement recently in Monrovia at programs marking International Customs Day. The lawmaker said he will ensure that laws that will be passed enhance trade and develop Liberia economically.
Customs remains to play a very important part in our country. There are a lot of agencies who are more or less on the expense side of our country, but customs continues to raise revenue for this country. And if this year we can get up to 200 million from customs, it will mean that we'll be generating between 35–37% of total government revenue. Thereby, if we can make our 200 million, putting that against with the 500 million that we have to raise. This means that each customs officer, if you were thinking about yourself lowly, you need to rethink. You play an integral part in our country. And so let me thank you for the sacrifices you continue to make. You are beyond measure. But each of us again, in our different sectors, must play our role effectively. And that's why in the next 6 years, my work at the House, I'm going to be working with my colleagues to make sure we pass laws that will create an enabling environment. We'll pass laws that will facilitate trade movement. But also from the customs end, you cannot be wanting us to create an enabling environment for development if you are keeping our borders not very effectively. Already we have in our country, all our borders are to a large extent very porous, and so those ones that are being made by us, customs, and I'm happy that immigration officers are here, we need to do our best so that we cannot encourage smugglers. You are not going to create an environment that will enhance economic development if others are paying their fair share of taxes and customs duties, and you are allowing those.
His Monrovia County District Number 16 Representative Dixon Sibo. Meanwhile, the Director for Administration at the Liberia Immigration Service says the Liberia Immigration Service is the least paid security institution in government. Speaking in an exclusive interview in Monrovia, Colonel Danny Sati underscored the need for government to seek welfare of immigration officers. According to him, that will make the officers not to be corrupt.
To make sure that our officers be neat to the fullest. So for our later resources we have on the budget, we strive hard to purchase uniform to them. And that's part of us purchasing uniform because they love the institution. They themselves go beyond the institution and have uniform themselves. They all would like to look decent. Taking into consideration the first entry point at the departure and entry in Liberia is the border point. And the first security officer you encounter is the Liberia Immigration Service. So you have to be disciplined, you have to be very unique, and you have to be very attired. So immigration officers always have at the back of the head to be very, very attired and represent the country. As they come to salary, it's unfortunate that immigration security institution is the least paid security institution in the government. And we generate a lot. That will make the officer not to be corrupt. That will make the officer to bring the resources that they generate for the government. So appeal I'm making to the government, this public manner, look at immigration. We take into consideration the borders. The borders are very porous. And we know the housing facility at immigration, at the borders for immigration officers are very deplorable. So we look at all those conditions. We that run administration, it's a tedious task for us. But we always encourage them, motivate them to take the courage, live to the oath that we take from Mama Liberia. But we also want that this government look at immigration. They're the least officer. And we get very educated officers from BSc master degree holders. Are you getting me? And they have gone through the rank and file. But we hope that this government.
He's the Director for Administration at the Liberia Immigration Service, Colonel Danny Sati. And if you're just joining us, it's a reminder that you're listening to Situation Report on Live TV. Situation Report brings you 30 minutes contemporary happenings about Monrovia, Liberia. My name is Yekezi Zobel, and top stories we're following Liberian President George Weah promises to embark on a comprehensive road and highway construction program that will link all county capitals in the country. The exchange rate on the Liberian market drastically drops to as low as 100 LD to 1 USD as President Weah delivers his State of the Nation address yesterday. And Internews conducts a one-day workshop in financial reporting and how to respond to delays in implementation for its local partners. We'll take a break to be back with the rest of the developments.
I'm different now, I'm different now, I'm different cause I know the truth. Hey yo my people, how you doing, man? I'm Tennessee Crack Rare. You are watching live TV, 100% Liberian content. My people, on the station we get support it.
Pleasant welcome back from that river. A Liberian businessman has called on the management of the Liberia Revenue Authority (LRA) to open close collaboration with business stakeholders, especially the Liberian private sector. Ami Morda, Chief Executive Officer of Bella Casa Hotel, made the call last Friday at programs marking International Customs Day.
The LRA must open close collaboration with stakeholders, especially the Liberian private sector. It cannot act alone without taking into consideration the interests of Liberian entrepreneurs, who are actually the most marginalized. It must engage in the private sector to jointly identify bottlenecks in order to reduce the barriers of trade and offer solutions that are contemporary and address our true needs.
He's Mordat, our Chief Executive Officer of Bella Casa Hotel. They're speaking on the International Customs Day, calling on the government of Liberia to pay attention to Liberian businesses in the country. Liberia continues to experience transformation in all spheres of professional life. One sector that is making landmark transformation is the media, with the proliferation of media houses in the country. Light Communications Investment is the owner of Light TV on Satcom and has been broadcasting for nearly 5 years now. Light TV is the only television channel that broadcasts 100% Liberian content 24/7. Light TV has now added new platforms to its broadcast. Nurode Sani is the Chief Executive Officer of Light Communications Network. That's investment, and he explains more to Gus Nemini about some of these new platforms.
Light TV is the only television channel that broadcasts 100% Liberian content 24/7. Light TV has now added new platforms to its broadcast. Nuruddin Sani is the Chief Executive Officer of Light Communications Investment.
Equipment are very costly. Coming up, raising the money. We're not being sponsored by any international partners. Like sometimes people always think that we're having some serious support from maybe a big donor here. It's all young people putting their resources together. So starting it was a big challenge. We had to put together, raise the funding to be able to purchase equipment. And after that, with the ingenuity, we have it. That can tell Liberians we have ingenuity here in the country. So we could put our ingenuity together and then launch it on the eve of the inauguration so that we could be able to reach to the Liberians that wanted to see the inauguration of President George Monrovia.
In life, there are challenges. What can you see were the challenges for your live broadcast?
Well, right now, the major challenge I will face with is internet. Because as we're broadcasting via the internet. So as a result, sometimes we experience buffering. That's a major challenge we're faced with, and we're just hoping that we'll be able to surmount such challenge sooner in the future.
People listening to you and watching you right now will want to subscribe to your live broadcast. How can they get into the process?
If you want to hire our services to cover your event live, we can do that. All you need to do is to either call our numbers 0777-533-850 or 0886-529-605. You call those numbers, or you come to our Light TV office at the Capitol Bypass and talk about our business office. It's open to the public for use. We are reaching out to everyone, to corporate institutions, to government institutions. We're there, we're available to cover any live event.
I'm very much interested in Situation Report, the new platform you have just introduced. Tell us more about it.
Well, Situation Report is a new program that we just introduced on our network because we realize that current events sometimes delay in getting information outside, especially those in the diaspora. Locally, yeah, it's good. People can easily get information, but video-wise, most times you have to see international media correspondents come to Liberia to cover a major event when we have professionals that can do the job. So what we intend to do right now is that whenever there's some major current event occurring in the country, we have that, bringing it on our platform, informing the people in the diaspora that this is what's happening currently in Liberia. So it's a daily program. Situation Report is a daily program that brings the current event happenings in the country, so that those in the diaspora, even those locally, can be updated on what's happening currently in the country. It's all about current events.
That was the Chief Executive Officer of Light Communications Investment, Nuruddin Sani. He was explaining some of the new platforms that were added to the Light Telecommunications investments in Monrovia. Internews of the Liberian Media Development Program today conducted a workshop in financial reporting and how to respond to delays in implementation for 8 local partners. The one-day orientation workshop held at a local entertainment center in Sincord brought together nearly 30 participants from several media and civil society organizations, including the Press Union of Liberia. Here is that's Mario Sear facilitating the program.
I'm going to spend some time, 30 minutes giving you some tips on how to do it. And it's pretty easy. You know how sometimes when you have a really cool story to tell, it could be about work, it could be about something you encounter, and you come to your friends and you say, oh my God, you know what happened to me today? And that person tells you that story. And it's so amazing and you want to hear it. So we want you to wow us with what you do. Okay? So just think about, wow, what happened today? Okay? That's
And still with stories about light TV, as like I said previously, several platforms have been added to live TV telecast. And Paul Weir is a presenter of the station, and he expressed his emotions about some of these platforms.
Amazing, you know, having your program going live and your program being the first going live on television is amazing. The feeling is just I cannot describe it, but as you know, going live is different from like being pre-recorded because there's no room for errors in live. But I felt really great on the inside being the first person to go live on live TV, my program Caps, and you know, so I was like, I've been yearning for this day. When that day came, and I grabbed every aspect of that as an opportunity. I seized it, and I tried to do what I could do at that time. So it was wonderful. It was actually wonderful going live. And as of now, Caps is live, 24/7, always going live.
What do you want to say to your fans and viewers out there?
First, I would like to appreciate them, all those of you that are always watching live television, not just Caps alone, but live TV as a whole, because that's a big platform. Caps is just an entertainment program that is broadcast on live TV. So I would like to first appreciate them for always supporting us positively. Even some of the comments that they send, the negative one, they send it to prop us up for us to always do our best. So I will say thank you to them, to our viewers, for always supporting, and I pray that they continue watching live TV. And I'm impressed with them. I'm happy that our viewership is always increasing day by day, because when I walk the street at times, people recognize me, say, oh, yeah, the guy on live TV that is doing an entertainment program Caps. I laugh. I say, well, that's wonderful. So to them, I just want to say thank you. Bravo to them to keep up the good work.
What will be your message to your team members?
Well, my team members, because I'm so glad to them, and I'm happy that, because the presenter is just one person standing in front of the camera. But those that make the presenter to be a good presenter are those behind the camera. Those that controls the camera, those that edit the work, those that make the presenter to be who he ought to be. So I just want to say to my team members that bravo to you guys. Thank you for propping me up, always having my back, making sure that not just Caps, but live TV and Paul Allen Weir as a person looks good on camera and is always ready to present to the viewers and give out good entertainment, good presentation when it comes to television.
It is noticed that it's not just you on the program, you have a co-presenter. What do you want to say?
Well, she's like Josephine Koluba, that's her name, Josephine Koluba, my co-presenter on Caps. She's like my, you know, the married people will call it amazing rib. I will call it back me up. She gives me lots and lots of inspiration when it comes to the television, when it comes to presenting Caps. The two of us have that cordial relationship that we flow better, and she's a wonderful person when it comes to presenting the program Caps, and I just want to appreciate her. We've been working together for a couple of times, and I pray that we continue, not just on Caps or probably any other program that may come up. So to you, Josephine Koluba, I say I appreciate you and thank you so much for helping the program Caps.
Paul Weir is the presenter of the Caps show on live TV and was given his own emotion about some of the new platforms added to the station's telecast. And so this, I would like to go home on today's edition of the program Situation Report on live TV. Many thanks for your viewing role, but before leaving you, let's recap major stories we've been following. Liberian President George Weah promises to embark on a comprehensive and highway construction program that will link all county capitals in the country. The exchange rate on the Liberian market drastically drops to as low as 100 LD to $1 as President Weah delivers his State of the Nation address. And Internews conducts a one-day workshop in financial reporting and implementation for its local partners. My name is Yekezi Zoba. You can join us tomorrow at 1 p.m. for another fascinating and captivating edition of the program. Have a nice day.